lights on. Okay then, YouTube, how are we? Good to be back. I'm giving you an update today. You are looking at the www.splspro.com website. We've had a call today. I've noticed in the Facebook domain there was a call for help. There was a JBW, Juliet Bravo Whiskey, Enforcement Agent at some private property, residential address, attempting to enforce a enforcement order. Clamp was applied. I've assisted the lady today via the telephone. I've liaised with the agent himself and 2 police constables. They were under oath. We asked them that. I've also spoke to the manager at JBW and the judicial services. You're going to hear the edited call with all the personal data removed. The clamp did end up getting removed, so all of you that listen to this, enjoy it. Another success. The lady, you know, is got her own reasons for why this has happened. She isn't guilty. She doesn't consent. And just here we go. Have a listen. See what you think, guys. I hope the audio is good enough. I have the MP3 file. Let's see what happens. Enjoy.
Thank you for calling JBW. The easiest way to make payment and manage your account is online. You can make payment, set up an arrangement to pay by instalments, make inquiries and submit documents.
Here we go.
Please visit jbw.co.uk and click on e-customer. For Highways England dart charge inquiries, please press 1. For Transport for London inquiries, please press 2. For council tax, parking, traffic penalties and all other inquiries to make a payment using our automated service, please press 1. If you are the new resident at the address, please press 2. To make a payment with an advisor, you will now be put through to the next available advisor. Your call may be recorded for legal or training purposes.
Hi there, it's Stuart at JBW. Can I take your name?
Hello Stuart, yes, I must inform you that this call is being recorded. If you hang up or you disconnect the call, that will be considered not willing to deal with this issue. I've rang up twice before. I've been perfectly
fine there, sir. I'm just going to stop you there, sir, and I'm just going to advise you, that's fine for you for recording it, but I don't give you permission to use this in court there, okay?
It'll be
That's alright, go on YouTube.
As the law of the United Kingdom stipulates. So
and as I've just advised you there, sir, I do not give you permission for you to use this in court there.
Okay, we're discussing a legal situation. This call was made transcribed then, as per the law of the United Kingdom, and a transcribed account can be used as per the claim. But anyway, we understand, you understand, we're okay to go ahead, are we?
Well, first, can I take your name there?
I need to address a criminal act one of your agents has committed today, and I'd like to try and address it calmly and politely. I've got a reference for you.
That's fine there, sir. Before you go any further, I need to take your name.
Yeah, David from Sovereign Paralegals.
Okay, there, sir, that's fine. So you have got third-party access. So what is it that you'd like to talk about today?
My client vulnerable, and Carlito Craig has been present there today at the property, and so have the constables under their oath. And there was an agreement made to give first-hand knowledge that it's still vulnerable and that the clamp needs to be removed, and she doesn't understand what's going on. And I'm to take power of attorney to deal with this legal issue, and the constables, the actual constables under oath, agreed that the lady is right to claim that, and there is no contract and consent. It was down to trespass and theft if there is no contract and consent. So we went inside to get the documentation to support the vulnerability claims, and when she came back, the officers had been called away, well, the constables had been called away. She gave Carlito Craig via WhatsApp evidence of vulnerability and that she's low income and that she needs to get to a hospital appointment today, and he was given first-hand knowledge about that, my old, and he's then left the premises, the residential premises and the clamp on. So before we go ahead and report a crime now and harm, injury and loss and put a claim in back to Carlito Craig, and possibly a Leanne, I'm advising you as the the enforcement agent, the judicial services. I believe your CEO is dealing with a different client with yourselves, and I've had a communication from the CEO, which is John Mason, I believe, from the judicial services of JBW. I'm a professional paralegal, and I'd like this issue resolved, if we could, please. Yeah.
All right.
You understand that, yeah?
Yeah, I understand what you're saying there, sir. And I can also see on the notes there for you, on the 5th of February, that we responded with an email directly back out to yourself, explaining that obviously until requested documentation has been provided, we're not able to progress any further. So now, have you sent this across?
This is a new client. I've only got this client today. I've only picked this client up 2 hours ago when she reported harm, injury, in distress. The reference, she worked with a great many clients.
Yes. Go ahead there, sir. So 323.
Yeah, this is a new incident.
Okay, yeah. So I've got that one open now. Yeah. Okay, I've got that one open there, sir.
Yeah.
Right. So in regards to what information are you wanting now? So what are you trying to ask for today, there, sir?
We've given first-hand knowledge that the lady is vulnerable. The officers and constables were present under their oath to oversee the rule of law and the civil procedure rules are adhered to. A clamp has been put onto this vehicle of a vulnerable lady. I won't inform you about the vulnerability legislation guidelines that stipulate how a private corporation can impose and proceed any contract and take away property. This client of mine has got a hospital appointment today and she's missed it. So we now need to address this, and the clamp's still on there. So I'm informing you with first-hand knowledge today that we would like the clamp removing, or we're about to ring the police and report a crime against the owner's right under vulnerability and harassment and trespass and such things. So before we do so, I'm obliged legally to let you know that your agent, Carlito Craig, is not acting as he's registered and supposed to, and he's monitored. So there's the reference, that's what's happened. The clamp's on the vehicle, she's missed the hospital appointment, and she kindly, with the officers there, sent a WhatsApp message with the supporting documentation to support these claims that she's making regarding her status and capacity. And now the gentleman is very like polite and that, and he just said he's leaving the clamp and he's going. So we gave a cease and desist, and we'd like to get the issue resolved, and I will take power of attorney and deal with this and sort it out for the client.
Right. In regards to that there, sir, okay, you'll need to bear with me a couple of minutes while I place you on hold there, okay?
Yeah, I understand. Thank you.
Hi there, sir. Right, what I'm going to do for you there is I'm going to transfer you through the manager in the office today there, and she's going to be taking over the call for you there, okay?
That's brilliant. Thank you very much for your assistance.
That's okay. I'll place you back on hold there, okay?
No problem. Thank you.
Right, it's very important now. So he realises he's out of his depth. He tried to tell me that we've already communicated some time ago via email. That is correct. I have another client that I've got power of attorney with, and I'm also an agent on behalf of regarding PCNs and liability orders and collection enforcement agents and control orders for taking control of goods, blah blah blah. Big Barry and the gangsters. So he tried to tell me that this is already being dealt with. So I don't know how he got the other client's file up and the case before I gave him it. I just said who I was. So I put him straight, and I gave a reference of today's new client's case reference that she's got, that she's been given by JBW. So here is the floor manager. The noise is the background noise is very bad. I've tried to clean it up with my software. I am pushed for time. I've been pretty much busy since about 2 o'clock dealing with this. The clamp does get removed by the same agent that puts it on. There are 2 constables present. I was on a separate telephone call to this one. Prior to this telephone call, I was talking with the client that I've picked up today. There was constables under their oaths present. They identified themselves, and they absconded from the scene. They what would we call it? Abandoned the duty of care. They was called by the agents, and whilst we recognised they was called by the agents in order to keep the breach of the peace. Once we put them on notice and let them know that they was in a capacity of, and it was there to prevent theft harm, injury, loss, duress, harassment, trespass, bullying, no contract, no consent, vulnerability, no identification shown, no documents shown, a total farce, absolute clowns. The officers were polite. The officer that I spoke to, who wasn't an officer, they were actually constables. Sorry, I'm used to dealing with the officer capacity, but they sent some constables out. They did confirm they was under oath of office. They showed the warrant cards and ID. They was most helpful, apart from the fact that when we said we had evidence to back up and confirm vulnerability and low income status, the client was instructed by me to go inside the premises and collect that information. They were about 5 to 7 minutes, 10 maximum. Come outside. The constables had absconded, and relinquished their duty of care to the enforcement agent. Left the lady who was in the car. We told her to sit in the car because they can't remove and clamp the car once a human being, or a private. Well, she's a human being ultimately in the eyes of the law under the Human Rights Act. So she's not going to be, the vehicle won't be removed, or the private property can't be messed with when there's a danger to life in there. And obviously, this guy's not insured. There's big problems about to happen. So we had to play it quite differently because the clamp had been applied. The client was sat in the car. They were trying to clamp the rear of the car. I was liaising with the constables and the client and the enforcement agent on a call prior to this one. Then the constables, they were acting like officers, to be fair, because they absconded. The agent put a clamp on. He was given the information and he still put the clamp on, so he dishonoured the agreement. We was about to ring for police assistance again to report a crime now because, wow, I just hope you enjoy it. Another success. I'm going to start training people up on this, on how to do this from www.splspro.com. This needs to get out there. So here, this disgruntled manager, listen to a line of approach. Ask yourself, does she follow the duty of care? Does she adhere to it? She's going to now liaise with the judicial services of JBW because the floor manager and also the agents that are on the telephone are not trained in law. They don't know and they don't understand. They don't cognise. They just read from script. So we have to instruct and appoint and demand and require and wish upon them. So enjoy. Here we go. Sorry about the noise. Let's hope that it's listenable.
David, how are you?
I'm okay. I'm representing with power of attorney a lady called, I've just explained to the agent on the telephone. It's quite distressed. Can I bring you up to speed, or are you up to speed? Or
I am up to speed. Are you aware of the history of this case and how long we've had it for?
I am aware. I've only picked it up today, and I'm aware of what's happened. So may I speak and you speak after, or do you want to speak and then I speak? It's all fine.
I mean, it's just I've been run up to speed with it, but I'm just a bit lost as to why you think that we should remove the clamp when we've had it for 269 days. We've tried to help her. We've asked her to send in proof of vulnerability. She hasn't done that. We've asked on numerous occasions. She said that she sent it in. We've never received it. So we've now asked her to show the proof to the enforcement agent. Why can't she show the proof to the enforcement agent?
She said the constables under their oath today attended the property to prevent the breach of the peace and oversee the rule of law. Carlito Craig was the agent present who had clamped the vehicle. Said that she sent off proof and she got them in the house, and the officers and constables said he was to get the proof and to give it to the agent. He gave via WhatsApp PDF file proof of vulnerability. She's not very well. I'm ever so sorry about this, but she's not doing too well health and mental wise. So she's under care and she's not able. She doesn't understand the situation, which is why it's got this gravity. So
yeah.
She's called in my services to try and avoid the rule of law and the government taking power of attorney to manage this case, and to say that because she's vulnerable, the car can't be clamped because she had a hospital appointment today and she's missed it, and because she's vulnerable she needs access to that. The agent Carlito proof of the PDF. And if there's no levy on the vehicle and certain things of the rule of law and no notice has been served under the civil procedure rule, I need to call for evidence on that proof of claim, proof of authority. But before we do so, I'm ringing you rather than ringing the police to put this claim like on Carlito Craig for, you know, this action that was done. Because the constable said as long as the proof is sent for vulnerability, then I get power of attorney and willing to deal with the claim made against the legal person.
So what proof of vulnerability is she shown?
She's shown a PDF file from the organisation that's helping her with regard to her mental health, and she's shown proof from January, communication from the benefit system of the benefit. So she's got both the mental health is from December last year, and the low income proof and knowledge is from January this year.
Has she shown that to the EA?
Yeah, she's given that to Carlito Craig. I've got this number and the reference and everything, but he's gone away and he's on. I don't know why he didn't listen, but that's why I needed to come through to you guys, because he's an agent operating under you and your services. So there's a bit of a mix-up here. I can email you the proof if you want it, but it was given to Carlito today. She said she's very sorry and she's in a bad way and she didn't mean to order to get like this, but she does need a car.
Yeah.
She's missed the hospital appointment. The police have left, and so is the engine, but the clamp's still on the car. So he has.
Right.
Yeah, and I'm letting you know what's happened now.
Yeah. Let me just pop you on hold, and I'm just going to see that we've got that proof, okay?
Yeah, should you contact Carlito? He should be able to validate that. Yeah.
I'm just going to pop you on hold.
All right, thank you. Thank you very much.
Hello, thanks for holding, David. Yes, we can see that the proofs are on there, so now that we do have the proofs, we can look at setting a vulnerable arrangement, and so she needs to come to some sort of agreement to pay this at a low arrangement. Once she comes to an agreement to pay and we get an arrangement in place, we're more than happy to remove that clamp.
That would be called in the legal construct of payment arranged under duress, and that would have no validity. It would be ultra vires and ab initio. I'm not obliged to point that out to you, but I will do so because I'm trying to work this out, and it's been left to a very late stage.
But she's not agreeing to pay it, is she?
She will agree to pay, yes, and I'm going to make that arrangement on her behalf once I've assessed her income, the capability and status, and you've provided proof that the civil procedure rules have been followed, proof of claim, authority, things like that. So I'm going to email her shortly and deal with this and sort it all out. But the law stipulates that if there's vulnerability identified and you prohibit them from use of that vehicle and it results in harm, injury and loss, then under your vicarious
I'm just asking you the question as to I'm just asking you the question as to whether you were going to set an arrangement up now or not, because it's gone on to like nearly 300 days now and we haven't had one.
Boo-hoo! So what? So what?
So I'm just going to pop you back on hold, David. It's £593.
The original charge that was levied was what, please?
It started off at £173.
Right, okay, then, yeah, you're looking at repayment. Calculating all of that agent enforcement fees and stuff. So
it wouldn't have had it been resolved when we first got it.
Yeah, no, this is unfortunate due to a mitigating circumstances which are medical at the moment. So we have protected the quality is paramount in the eyes of the law. So I understand your position, and I'm willing to work with you and communicate. And after we've got proof and certain things of the civil procedure rules being followed, then we can adhere to that. If there is no civil procedure rules enforcement, evidence of proof, it doesn't need enforcement because that's the law. But I need to know what you've got. You must appreciate I only picked this claim up 2 hours ago, and this is what we must do. So we can do is maneuver, and we'll operate with you, and in conjunction with that's not a problem.
Yeah, let me just put you on hold again, okay? It's just I'm having a liaise with a different department here, okay?
Review different department, I do imagine, but yes, no problem. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, David.
Hello, Leah.
Hello, thank you very much. Yeah, I've just spoken to the enforcement agents manager there. He's already arranged for the clamp to be removed because them proofs have been received. However, it could be an hour or so before he gets back in that area.
No problem then. She's missed the appointment, so that she can reschedule that. We'll arrange that, and then I'll pass that on to the lady.
So what I'll do, I'll pop it back on hold. So are you able to set her documents with her and obviously help her? And then we can look at setting a vulnerable arrangement and then obviously getting it resolved in the long run so that this doesn't happen again for her?
Yes, definitely. I assure you I'll be taking control and addressing this, and I'll be contacting you. You'll be requesting the documents sent to me, and I'll assess it all and then represent the legal fiction, the lady, the claim that's been made upon, and I'll deal with it, no problem.
Yeah, okay then. I'm going to pop this on hold, and you need to contact us back within 7 days.
Right, so I've got a reference in an email for a previous client I'm dealing with, but you've also got an enforcement agent on, so I'll use them same email, shall I, and just say this is a new
Yeah, that's it, people. It's done. Brothers and sisters, these people were put in their place.
A particular email, I'll email that. It doesn't matter.
So we got it put on hold for 7 days. Sorry about the audio there. The end result was the same agent that put that clamp on, that didn't listen, that absconded, that caused harm, injury and duress, ended up being called back out by his bosses. He's probably got his arse kicked for committing criminal acts there. And we got it on hold for 7 days whilst we get some correlating paperwork to them and ask for such things as, it's a council issued ticket, so you know what that means. It can be paid with different ways than normal ways, so doing public money. So we'll look at that. I'm gonna have a chat in the Facebook domain. We'll look at putting it on the forums and on the news of splspro.com. YouTube, if you haven't been, you need to go and look at www.splspro.com. Have a look there, see what you think. Get yourself navigating around. Put some comments put the comments to the email that's on the site now. We're no longer using ukfreedomproject@gmail.com. That's just a generic one I'm going to use as a backup spare. You will be using contact@sovereignparalegals.uk, and that's connected to the .com domain now. That's all securitized. Padlock is on there. SSL, full security, algorithms running in the background. I'll explain about the membership, or signing up as it is. We're not having registration. The trust is being established, and the paperwork and is being drawn up. It will be expressed, and done accordingly. You'll get some updates further to that when we go live. So a lot is happening at the minute, my YouTube family. I will have a look at the comments and see who's in the house. You would like to learn this? It's excellent. We're going to do Eye of Creator. Yes, you are. You are able to learn this. I know the audio was bad, but through the pro.com domain, we will start putting on videos of. It's just outside. There's no point me having the camera on because it's dark in the bedroom. But yeah, we'll put these courses on, and seminars, and the learning education workshops. This is the website as it looks now. You can't really see our logo. There you go. I'll zoom in because that's really nice what's been done there by Greg. We'll promote all that afterwards once we've gone live. So we're there, and you see the nice little what we got: green padlock, secure all certificates. Yeah, the pro.com. Such a happy moment in time. It's been 8 months coming, 2 years since we went live on Facebook in November 15. 1,500 and something of you on the YouTube, 3,000 nearly in the Facebook, so 4,500 in 2 years. Lots of successes. You're seeing how the trust and the equity is superior to all the other mandated statutes upon your legal persons. If you haven't frequented our playlist, I would recommend you look at the Sovereign videos and get yourself through there. We will be able to teach this. I'm getting tired and old, so I don't want to be the one doing this all the time. This needs to be nailed down, blueprints out to everybody else that wants to crack on and have a go with it. Docker, hello. Eye of Creator, yes. Nice one. The website, with a lot of hard work going in there. We're not live yet. There is a little disclaimer saying about when we're going live, what's going to be happening, what you're going to be seeing. That's there. Look, if you look under Tesla, homage to the great man. You know what I mean? Sorting out the natural laws and breaking out stuff, secret, suppressed technology, information for the good of mankind, 0 point energy, all of it was kept and suppressed by the governments and weaponised and then slowly drip fed back to us. So the same with SPLspro.com. We have the same ethos. What we do and promote and how we do it now is in an official private capacity. We have the domain there. We're getting the trust established and the trustees appointed. The bank account's been assigned to it. So there's a lot happening at the minute. Watch for the next couple of weeks. 400 PDFs, videos and webinars and stuff like that you can sign up for. There's a premium side of it, so everybody can join for free, so nobody is left out in the cold, in the dark, with full public liability. We will be assuring you that all sovereigns and SPLs can come in here. It will be, we have got a mission statement and we have got a bit of technical stuff to relay to you before the actual site goes live, so everybody is in agreement and understands what the trust is, how we operate, that you are going to be beneficiaries, who the appointed trustees are, how the accounts, public accounts and that will be managed, what the mission statement is, a little bit about the steering committee and the management of the domain itself. There's a lot going off here at the minute. Thank you all for your support and for following. You can share this video. The data has been protected. LBW seem to be quite active at the minute, so they're a popular organisation or corporation that I'm used to dealing with. Thank you all, brothers and sisters. I've got to go. Time is finite, but we'll say ciao for now and speak soon. All right, nice one.